share real experiences that bring out the humor and motivations of regular day-to-day life. You're tuned in to Makeshift Motivation. Fill your cup with us on Facebook Live every Monday. Here are your hosts, Tammy Whistle Hubbard and Ashley Valdez.
Hello, my love.
Hey.
I love that AdWiz pen you're waving around over there like a magic wand.
Yes, because we're going into something real good and I needed my pen for it today. Bing!
Yeah,
My
there you
AdWiz
go.
Specialties pen, which is so smooth and delicious. I love writing with it.
Reach out to Tammy. You two could have one of your very, very own when I send you a sample.
AdWiz.solutions. La 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 la.
Boom! So it's time for
Makeshift.
like real news only, not so much. This is a great story, Ash. The inside of this rock looks just like Cookie Monster, and it's worth a lot of dough. This is probably the most perfect Cookie Monster out there, the agate's current owner said of this rare gemstone. An agate gemstone recently discovered inside of volcanic rock could be worth more than $10,000.
Oh my lord.
Thanks to its uncanny resemblance to Cookie Monster from Sesame Street.
A personal favorite in our household.
Yeah, well, it was in my household too. The agate was recovered from the Rio Grande do Sul region of Brazil by gemologist Lucas Fassari in November of 2020. Mike Bowers of California, who is the current owner of the sweet piece, posted a video of himself opening the unassuming rock, which is backed by the Muppets' famous ditty C is for Cookie. So he opened it with the music playing in the background. That's awesome.
Yes.
The video begins with Bowers holding what looks like a dull stone, but when he splits it open, the viewer is dazzled with blue quartz crystals topped by what looks like the wide eyes and gaping smile of the beloved cookie inhaling character.
I love it.
He says, I think this is probably the most perfect Cookie Monster out there. I have seen others, but this is a complete one on both sides. It's very unusual. There are a few famous agates out there, the owl, the scared face. There are many approximate ones, but it's rare to find one so well defined like this. Now, first of all, who knew that was a thing? But evidently
Right?
it's a thing. It's a collective thing. I never would have guessed that. Bowers told the outlet that he was proposed over $10,000 by 5 different buyers for the agate. Although Bowers posted his video of the rock on Facebook over a week ago, Dr. Jacqueline Antonovich, a historian of medicine, gender, and politics, and assistant professor at Pennsylvania's Muhlenberg College, posted an image of it on Twitter over the weekend, and her post went viral. How exciting is that to have a post go viral? Thanks to its popularity, a post of the rock finally made it to Cookie Monster himself. Can you imagine? And he made his thoughts about the agate crystal clear on Twitter. Me no geologist, Cookie Monster said, but me think that rock look an awful lot like me.
I love it.
Show you the rock. There he is. Look at that.
Literally.
Cookie Monster. The rock looks like Cookie Monster.
That is mind-blowing.
How crazy is that?
Look at he's smiling and everything. That's incredible. Nature.
Oh my gosh.
I want
So
one.
that, my friends, is makeshift news. Like,
Woo!
not so much.
That was awesome. I didn't know. Yeah. Yeah, right. I didn't know that was a thing. Seriously, I didn't know that.
I
Wow.
didn't
And
know that was a thing too. So that was our makeshift news. Now today we're going to talk about a subject we have talked about before, but we're bringing it back, and this time we're bringing the heat.
Oh yeah.
Y'all ready to get honest with yourselves? Because that's what it's going to take, okay? That's
Yeah.
what it's going to take.
You got to be honest, and you may even get offended, but listen, it's out of love and it's out of wanting you to be your best self and be better and reach your goals.
Preach, sister, preach.
Oh,
Oh my
man.
heavens. That's the Latina in her, okay? She could have gone on for 10 minutes had I not stopped her.
I could have. If you didn't start laughing, I wouldn't have started laughing, and I still would have been like, oh. Oh my God. I'm fine. It's fine.
If you've never watched a soccer game, you don't know what that's all about. But that's a Latin thing. The soccer thing and the goal thing is hilarious.
I'm dead. All right. Anyways.
We're going to talk in our special makeshift way about goal setting. Okay. But
Hey,
there's
back
actually
again.
nothing makeshift about goal setting. It's really super important. We've talked about our dreams and our plans and our dream boards and setting your goals. And it's really very basic. Your goal is what you want to accomplish. You can
Right.
have one goal, you could have 15 goals, you can have more than one. It's okay to have more than one. I have one right now that I'm working on for my fitness, and I have one right now that I'm working on for my business.
Love it.
And yeah, and they're both up on my mirror in my bathroom. They're also on my phone. I don't know if you can see, they're my screensaver.
There you
It's
go.
I took a picture of the paper and it's my screensaver on my phone. So my
Awesome.
goal is literally in my face all the time. All the time. Every time I pee and wash my hands, guess what? That goal is staring me in the face. Go get back to work, woman. So I think that's super important to keep your goals in front of you. But your goal is
Yes.
whatever you want to accomplish. It can be a big thing, it can be a small thing, it can be a small thing that leads to a big thing. That's all up to you. That's all up to you. Then you have to make a plan to reach your goal.
Yes, ma'am.
And that is just a way of getting that goal to fit into your daily routine. How are you going to make that goal, accomplishing that goal rather, how are you going to make accomplishing that goal fit into your daily activity? For instance, my goal where my fitness is concerned is to walk an hour and 15 minutes a day. I was walking 40 minutes a day. So I wanted to up that. So now what I'm doing is I walk an hour a day in the morning, and then I take 15 minutes in the evening before I kind of settle down to relax for the evening. Take a 15-minute walk around the block, and it's very refreshing, and I'm
Oh,
enjoying it
that's
immensely.
awesome.
But
Yes.
that's my plan. My goal is to walk an hour and 15 minutes. My plan is to walk an hour in the morning and walk the 15 minutes in the evening. I've made it work into my schedule. The key for me is to do it before I sit my happy hiney in the chair.
Makes sense.
You got to be honest with yourself when you're setting your goals and making your plans to reach your goal. That's what's really super important, I think,
Yep.
is to be real with yourself. And y'all, we lie to ourselves all the time. All the time.
Yep.
I can do that. I can, stop drinking coffee, or that's a bad one. I'm not going to use that one. But no, Ashley sells coffee. Never mind. I'm not going to use that one. Soda. Okay. We all know how bad soda is for us. we also know how incredibly yummy it is. And we also know that it's a little bit addictive. It's got the caffeine, it's got the sugar, your body craves it. So it's really, really hard to stop drinking soda. And how many times do we lie to ourselves and say, I can stop drinking it. I'm just going to not drink it anymore. And then 2 days later, you're back to drinking 3 cans of soda a day. It happens all the time because you're not making your plan. You're not being honest with yourself. And truly, you don't want to do it.
You don't want to do it. If you're not sticking to it, you don't want it bad enough. And also, shout out to us because we actually don't drink soda. High five.
Nope.
It's part of how it's part of how we've gotten ourselves healthier, and I'm very proud of us for that.
It's really not a show about soda, but you get what we're saying, right?
Right.
Like,
you gotta really want it. If it's a real goal, you gotta really want it. Yeah. My fault. That's me. If it's a real goal for you.
And then I was like, no, come on back over there, Tammy.
Come back. That's my fault. I pushed you that way. So if you have a real goal that you want to reach, you have to really be willing to stick with it, to be consistent with it. You have to really be willing to make your plan on paper and do it every day. And that is going to bring us to us coming back to our beautiful handy dandy goal setting roadmap, which is available for free download and printing at makeshiftmotivation.com.
You mean we're still not charging people money for these things?
We really are not. We are so nice. We are revisiting this because Miss Tia Tammy over there had a brilliant idea from a brilliant one of those, someone who is successful, so we want to do what they do type of people. So we have revamped the goal setting roadmap to include something a little bit different that wasn't on there before. So Tia Tammy, take it away. Let's talk about the steps to the roadmap and then hit it hard with what we came here for.
Okay. So, like we were saying, the steps on the roadmap is to plan your goal. What is it that you want to accomplish? The plan to reach your goal, being totally honest with yourself. Yes. And then what I think is one of the most important components of setting a goal is figuring out what it is that stops you from reaching your goal. What are your obstacles?
That's
now,
so good.
There are going to be different things for different people. Maybe they're limiting beliefs. Ash, we've talked about that.
Yes.
I just had one just before we started this.
Yes, you did, and I nipped that in the bud.
She did. I just had a limiting belief. I was telling her about a goal I have with my business, and she said, you go, you got this. And I said, well, we'll see what happens. She goes, no, we won't see what happens. We're going to make it happen. And that's the point, is that you have to, even the two of us who preach this stuff every single day, we still have those limiting beliefs.
Absolutely. We're human.
I don't have the limiting beliefs when it comes to Ashley and what she can accomplish. And she doesn't have them when it comes to me and what I can accomplish. Right. But again, when we're looking at ourselves, that's when it gets a little bit hairy, because we start thinking, well, I don't know. I've never done this before. I'm going to, I'll try. Let's see what happens. And I think there's a couple of reasons why we have those limiting beliefs too.
Yeah.
And I think the first one is because if we don't put that kind of pressure on ourselves, then if it doesn't work out, we can go, well, it didn't matter anyway.
Wow. Yeah. That's one of those. Yeah.
That's really sad.
It is. It's tough.
Really sad. Yeah.
It's tough. It's tough to get out of that mindset of like, don't set any expectations, so when nothing happens, you won't be let down. That's not cool. Yeah. Set crazy expectations. And if you get let down, good. Let it sting. And let that sting make you want to do better.
There you go. That's
Girl,
true.
I'm going to be on fire today.
Woo! There you go. But again, it comes down to being honest with yourself. It's not about us. It's not about anybody else, because your goal is for you. It's not, maybe it's a goal for your family, but it's something that you want to accomplish for your family. But if you are not honest with yourself about your plan and your willingness to work your plan and your obstacles and what those things are that stop you from reaching your plan and reaching your goal, you will not reach your goal. You won't.
Yes.
You just won't do it.
Yes.
Remove from your vocabulary the word try.
Yes.
We're no longer triers. We are no longer going to try. We are no longer thinking about trying. We are doing. We are doing. And that has to do with changing your mindset and changing those limiting beliefs to believing that you can and believing that you will and believing that you must.
Yes.
Anybody
It's
who
not.
Eric Thomas knows where that came from. I
Yeah.
I must.
Can, I will, I must.
I must.
And it's tough.
Because I stole that from him. Sorry, Eric.
It's yeah, Eric Thomas. We love you.
Hopefully you don't get mad. I just stole
it's another one of those things that when you start getting into it, it seems like it's so hard, and you may feel like you're being so hard on yourself when you're being honest, and you might not even like what you find about yourself when you're being honest, but it's all part of the process of growing. If you are in your box, you're not willing to go past the top of the box, you can't possibly grow. You gotta break open the glass ceiling, break open those limiting beliefs to grow. See what I did there? And sometimes, and I find this is something on a personal level for me, sometimes our limiting beliefs aren't even beliefs that we put on ourselves. Sometimes they're the things that other people have spoken to us from childhood, or that other people have told us from wherever, whenever, so it might not even be something that we caused, but for our benefit, for us to reach our goals, for us to stick to our plan of action and really do it, we do have to be responsible for breaking open those limiting beliefs, regardless of where it came from. You just do.
You're grown up now, okay? I don't care what your mama and your daddy did. I don't care what your grandma told you. I don't care what your brother or your sister says. I don't care what your best friend says. What do you believe about yourself that you can accomplish? What are your goals? What do you want?
Mm-hmm.
And how are you going to go about achieving those things? And what are the obstacles that keep you from achieving those things? So we talked about limiting beliefs.
Mm-hmm.
And along with that comes excuses.
Ouch. Y'all, this one right here gets me a little bit heated. I'm not gonna lie. I hear excuses every day from people that I know are in need of something. I'm not gonna, maybe they need, in my line of work, it's helping people to improve their health, helping people to improve their mentality. I love my affirmations, is why I do this, what I do. It's helping people learn to become wealthy and help people learn to not blow their money out their butts. It's part of what I do. And when I know that you need something along those lines, regardless of what it is, and you come at me with some BS excuse, y'all, I literally have to put my phone down and step away, because you're not ready for what I'm thinking.
That's it. That's it. Stop. If you find yourself saying, yeah, but, shut it.
Yeah, but what?
Because what is going to follow is not going to do you any good. It's not going to serve any purpose except for allow you a reason to fail.
Yes.
No more excuses.
Damn it, that was good.
But it's true. That's what it does. See, the whole point behind listing your obstacles and the things that keep you from reaching your goals and achieving your dreams, which are dreams are just goals with a plan. Okay. So the reason behind listing those obstacles and those limiting beliefs and those excuses and the other two that we're going to get into, the reason that we do that is to take away their power.
Yes.
Once you see them coming, you can cut them off at the pass and they don't have power anymore. They don't have power anymore. Oh, I know I get those limiting beliefs. I'm not going there. I'm not going to tell myself I can't. I'm not going to tell myself I'll try. I'm not going to use words that don't lift me up. You need to talk to yourself kindly. You need to encourage yourself. The world is not going to do it for you, okay? Because the world sucks. Everybody loves a loser. Okay? Everybody loves
Damn, Gingy's still alive. Where were we? Gingy, you threw me off track. I didn't know what I was saying.
Yeah, I know. I was like, yeah, rolling, and all of a sudden the bracket, I'm like, even Gingy agrees with me. But those obstacles, when you figure out what they are, when you are honest with yourself, when you are real with yourself, and you say to yourself, this is keeping me from getting what I want. This is keeping me from achieving my dreams and my goals and living the life that I want to live. This is stopping me from doing that. Once you know what those things are, you take away their power to hurt you.
Woo.
So you're taking away the power you have to hurt yourself.
Oh my goodness gracious. Come on.
You've got to get real with yourself.
What are you really afraid of? What is really stopping you?
Exactly. So, saying you don't want to represent something that you know works and has worked for you, what did I compare it to? It's kind of like expecting to be full before you eat dinner. Come on. So that's the key to the whole thing, is being honest with yourself and being really, really, really specific.
Yes, you gotta.
Okay, you've got to get down and dirty.
You gotta dig. Yeah, you gotta dig and figure out what it is, where your trauma is, what your deal is, and be honest. It's okay.
Yeah, it is. And now when you download this sheet of paper, there's a reason why we did this like this instead of putting it in a book. Because, y'all, we could have put these in a book and we could have sold you, 50 books. But the reason that we do it like this is so that you've got a lot of space, because you can flip that bad boy over, okay? And we don't want it in a book because we want you to be able to put this up. We want it up on your mirror. We want it up by your desk. We want it up by your bedside table. We want it somewhere where you can look at it every single day, all day. And you can say, you can stop yourself in your tracks, because you can look at it and you can go, oh, excuses. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, I'm making excuses. I shouldn't make excuses.
Yeah. And another thing about excuses, before I forget, because I've been told this a few times, if your why, let's say the reason why you want to reach your goals is to, I don't know, to help your family, to better your family, or so your kids can go to a certain school or something like that. And then you turn around and make the excuse of, oh, I can't do X, Y, and Z as part of my action plan. I can't finish those tasks today because of my family, because I'm doing stuff with my family. Then your excuse and your why just mesh together, and you were never gonna get to your goal if you let your why also be your excuse. That is such a big thing that I personally see all the time. And I do it sometimes too. I don't finish all of my work tasks, and I do what I do so that my family can, we can have our first house, so my kids can be good. But at the same time, I'm allowing sometimes, and I catch myself doing it and I get mad at myself for a second and then I do better. I let sometimes everything that I have to do for my family and my kids be the excuse for why I'm not completing what needs to be completed. And it doesn't work that way either. It just doesn't. You can't let your excuses be the same as your why. Your why has to be stronger than any excuses.
It's got to be up there, and your excuses are down there. See that?
Yeah. Or else you're just gonna be going in the circle all the time like I do.
My
So
family's very active today. Have you noticed?
I know. They're just
in, out, in, out.
Oh my goodness. So we've got our obstacles, our excuses, our limiting beliefs, and can I touch on one more thing? The distractions, which are the sneaky little things that you do because they're habits and you might not even realize you're doing them. Like when you sit down after you ate dinner or something and you watch 3 hours worth of Netflix shows when you could have just watched 1 half-hour show and then used the rest of your time to make an extra $200, but instead you wasted 3 hours and made no money. Ouch, that stings. Those are distractions and we don't realize them, but you can replace your distractions with way more awesome distractions that are helping you get to your goal. You just have to be honest about what your distraction is.
Boom.
Ow! Told you this episode was gonna hurt.
I know my distractions are many.
Same.
I talk. I love to ramble on, so I can talk forever about absolutely nothing. As you all know, okay.
We have a podcast.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of, but if Rod or one of the kids comes into the room, I'm easily, let me chat with you for a few minutes. And then before I know it, it's an hour goes by and I haven't done anything. So that's a big one for me. The other one is my dogs. My dogs are a huge distraction. If I walk by and one of them looks so cute and cuddly laying on the couch or something, I have to get cuddles. It's just but it's a distraction, And sometimes distractions are little tiny things like that, which are easily correctable. But sometimes distractions are much bigger things too. Sometimes distractions are people calling you, wanting you to do things for them.
Yes.
Sometimes distractions are other people's goals that they try to do a part of what they want. Those are big distractions. So when you're thinking about your obstacles and your distractions, then think about, okay, are there little distractions and are there big distractions? Because they all kind of matter.
Yep.
They all kind of matter.
Everything stacks up and you gotta, again, the point of this is to be real with yourself. We're not trying to be mean, but we want you to... I am a
little bit, whatever.
Well, I mean, whatever. We want you to be real with yourself so that you are able to, like Tammy was saying, remove the power that these things have over you and over what you want for your life. Because if you let yourself be controlled by your limiting beliefs, your excuses, your distractions, and all these obstacles, you are always going to feel like you weren't enough. And I promise you that you are. You just need to get a grip, write the stuff down, be honest, and recognize when you are in these things and stop yourself and work on it every single day and keep stick to your roadmap. Notice when you are in the bad habits, when you're in your excuses, when you're believing things that aren't even true. And when you start doing that, when you start being able to realize that, you are also going to be taking away the power and actually realizing how much you have grown out of that box. And you're just going to want to keep doing it more. And it's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
You're going to hit your goal and it's going to be amazing.
Yeah. And you know what? And you know what? If you don't hit your goal,
that's okay too.
if you don't hit your goal, it's okay because you did the work and you were honest with yourself. And the thing is, if you do this right, failure is not an option.
Ooh.
So even if you don't, even if the thing that's at the top of your page as your goal, if that's not what you accomplish, if you do this part and you do this part, you've already accomplished more than most will.
Yes.
So if you make your plan and you figure out your obstacles and you're honest with yourself and you make a true, honest effort to achieve that goal every day, all day, every day, you are you're already there. You're already there. You cannot fail.
Yeah, you have not failed. You have learned so much.
Absolutely not. And it's funny because I mentioned to you before that I have a coaching program that I'm a part of. It's my swag coach because y'all know I sell promotional products. And we had a meeting yesterday, and it's just we make excuses for not. Let me back up a little bit. I'm in a room, y'all. I don't even know how I got in this program. By God's grace, I got there. Okay, because I'm in a room with, and I'm really good at what I do, and I've been doing it for a really long time. I am in a room with people who are so much better than I ever thought I could be. Like, these people are really, 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 really freaking good. Okay. And I'm sitting in this room and I'm like, I just had this like realization that I can do this. Like, I can be that good because I already am. I just need the tools to help me learn the way to do it differently than I've done it in the past because I had a employee mindset and now I have to have the I run my show mindset. It's a completely different mindset.
Oh, yeah.
So when you have those kind of epiphanies, it doesn't matter if my goal is $300,000 worth of sales and I don't get there because I know I worked my plan and I know my obstacles. So maybe I just need to switch my plan up a little bit.
Yeah.
Don't change your goal. If it's a true goal, don't change your goal. Now, if it's something that you've worked on a couple of times and you're just not getting there, the other thing that you need to look at is this what I really truly want? And that's a question that only you can answer. And you have to, again, be honest with yourself, look deep inside yourself. Is the
My phone just opened up.
Just started talking to you.
Yeah, I was like, stop.
So again, it's just about being honest with yourself and deciding, is this something that I really truly want? Because if it is, then it's worth looking at again. I'm going to try again. What did you tell us about Albert Einstein? I think it was yourself, or who is it? What is that thing? You tried 1,000 times?
Yes, to invent the light bulb.
Then it wasn't. Was it Albert Einstein? It wasn't Albert Einstein that invented the light bulb.
I'm not gonna lie. I remembered it was Thomas Edison because it's an episode of Arthur, and my kids watch Arthur now, like I used to, and I remembered that episode because
the things we learned from when we're relearning things, right?
yeah, because Francine was playing Thomas Edison in a play, and she was like, "It's not a light bulb; it's an incandescent lamp." So I remembered.
So the point is, he tried 1,000 times. 1,000 times. I use the microphone like this all the time because this is so much fun to talk into it like that. He tried 1,000 times, y'all. 1,000 times. I don't even think I have that kind of stamina to try 1,000 times.
Serious perseverance.
Seriously. Now, that was his goal. He knew that was his goal. But he also knew that every time he didn't reach his goal, it brought him closer to the time when he would reach his goal.
Yeah.
Every no brings you closer to a yes.
Woo.
Every no brings you closer to your yes. I'm not calling it a failure. I'm not. Every learning experience brings you closer to achieving your goal. Make your plan, list your obstacles, be honest with yourself.
Yes, for the love of God.
And just to back up just a little teeny tiny bit, the other thing that I wanted to say is when you are making your plan, it's also equally as important to be honest with yourself because you have to figure out if you're going to be able to work that into your daily life.
Yeah.
Don't say you're going to walk for 7 hours a day when you know you don't have 7 hours a day to walk.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't say you're going to climb a mountain when you live in the desert.
Don't agree to 4 seminars a day when you have twins. Ever.
There is that one too.
Don't do that.
Yep.
Oops.
Kind of true. So, makeshiftmotivation.com. Download for free, y'all. And we're not going to be doing these for free forever. So, if you want it, you better do it now. Just download it one time and you can keep printing it out. This is updated. We just updated this today. So, go get it. It's got a place for you to do everything you want to do to reach your goals. Use that roadmap. It is a plan for success. Go get it.
Makeshiftmotivation.com, where you can get all the things. The daily journal page as well. And if you don't know anything about that, you definitely need to be in our Makeshift Motivation fan page, because I do go live, because I do use that journal sheet for my personal positive mindset work almost every day. It's a fantastic tool to use alongside with your goal setting roadmap. And they are both for free.
What do you say, Ash? If it's for free, it's for me.
For me.
There you go. So that's it. That's what we wanted to talk to you guys about. Thank you for hanging in there with us and listening to us. And
sorry for yelling at you.
It's really not yelling at you. It's really just speaking with a passion. And this is something that really speaks to both of us and the way we try to accomplish our goals and live our lives and create better lives for our families.
Yes.
And it's not just something that we're kind of pulling out of our butts and saying, hey, give this a try. This is what we use, and we want to pass it on to you.
Yeah.
And I mean, the proof is in the pudding. We're, moving and shaking, and Ashley's getting ready to pack boxes for her new house. No. There's a limiting belief.
Oh, you're right. You see how easily that happens, everybody?
Just like that.
I didn't even say anything. It was emotion. You're right.
It sneaks up on you. You don't even know
Sheesh.
it's coming. They're sneaky, those little limiting beliefs.
Yep.
Mhm.
There you go. Case in point.
Boom, baby.
Man.
All right, everybody. Listen, have a great day. Go out there and reach those goals.
Yes.
Strive for success. Everybody have a great night. Thanks for hanging in there with us. And check us out on our Makeshift Motivation fan page on Facebook, too. All right, y'all.
Everybody ready? Version 2.0, makeshift motivation.